felt so low.
I don't know. I don't know. Look at your shirt, Gabrielle. I didn't realize that's what you had on. Look at you tonight. Well, hello, hello, hello. Look at all
Hi,
you,
Linda.
everybody joining. Ooh, yeah. We're going to have an interesting show tonight, folks. We're going to kind of pick up, if you watched our last show, you noticed that we did the Island of Dolls. And I had Gabriella do the research, mainly take over since I have my own solo. I want her to be participating more on this end of it, which I'm sure will please all of you guys. She did a lot of research. She's been coming over the past couple of days. Mom, look what I found, and all excited of what she's been coming up with. So it's going to be an exciting show tonight. It's gonna, like I said, it's going to be kind of a spin-off of the Island of Dolls because we're going to cover, as our title goes, demon dolls or heirloom treasures. So you kind of, when you hear the story behind them, you're going to kind of wonder, are they demonic or are they just heirlooms attached to the person that owned them? So with that being said, Gabriella will do her state fun facts and we will go into the show, guys.
So, the first fun state fact is from Idaho. At 7,993 feet deep, the Snake River in Hell's Canyon is the deepest river gorge in North America. This gorge is 2,000 feet deeper than the Grand Canyon.
Wow. And you know there's a gorge in Pennsylvania too. Like there's what they call the Grand Canyon of Pennsylvania.
I didn't
So
know that.
yeah, yep. Yep. It's not that far from us, believe it or not.
She said, I'm scared for King Pee Wee.
King Pee Wee has been getting in trouble lately. He's been going and purposely.
He's been a little fart.
Oh, he purposely goes in and gets the dogs all riled up, and then he has to hiss at them and growl at the dogs and that. And the dogs really think, hey, it's playtime, but Pee Wee doesn't take it as playtime. So
yeah, he's like, nah, I ain't playing with you.
Yeah.
Second state fact, Illinois, or Illinois, whatever you want to call it.
However,
the Prairie State should be re-nicknamed the Pumpkin State because the USDA reported that Illinois produced 634 million pounds of pumpkins in 2022. That's more than the production of California, Indiana, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Virginia combined.
Wow, that's a lot of pumpkins. So now you know where you want to go for your jack-o'-lanterns for Halloween.
Yep.
Go to Illinois. Get your pumpkins.
Free pumpkins.
I don't think they're going to give them away free. Unless you go to some place and steal them out of pumpkin fields.
Yeah, you just go to pumpkin fields and be like,
I'm sure that happens. I'm going to borrow this just until I turn it into a jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah. And the last one is Indiana. It's illegal to catch fish with your bare hands. You also can't catch a fish with firearms, a crossbow, or dynamite. Per the site visit Indiana.com.
It's kind of weird when they catch them that way. Anyhow, just go fishing. Most people go fishing.
People like throw dynamite and stuff in there
because they're silly. Most people go fishing for the leisure part of it, anyhow. Yeah. That's the like hills have eyes version of fishing.
Without a paddle. Didn't they do that without a paddle?
Yeah. The hillbilly guys. Yep, they did. You got it. Yep. Okay, so I got to take a drink of my coffee.
I'm gonna take a drink of my Dr. Thunder.
Okay, so we're going to go into, everybody's heard of, but the other night, if you watched us, you heard us discuss the Island of Dolls, which was a compilation of dolls that people brought, I guess, as a memorial or memoriam of for the little girl that drowned there because she loved her doll. She lost it when she drowned, and it washed ashore. And they put it there, and then people started just collecting dolls and putting it on the island. Of course, everybody heard of Annabelle. Everybody heard of Robert, which that will probably be a future show for us.
That'll be some other time.
Because there's a lot on Robert, so that'll be a show in all of itself. But Gabriella is going to start here tonight with what she found. And I'm telling you, she found some really, really interesting stuff. So,
first, we're going to start off with Ruby. Now,
do you have any pictures that you can pull up or anything too along the way?
yes. Hold on one second, guys.
Those aren't Ruby. There it is. She is rather.
There she is.
Oh,
She's so beautiful.
she's like, oh.
Let's see.
Present.
Nope, yeah, that's the wrong thing. All right, so this is Ruby. Now, story behind Ruby. She was passed down from generation to generation within a family, going from attics to basements for many years. Her appearance was too creepy for her owners to put her on display, but that didn't keep her from moving around whenever she pleased. Supposedly, when people would touch Ruby, they would feel an intense sadness. More sensitive observers even experienced nausea. She originally belonged to the family's ancestor, a young girl who died with the doll in her arms. That was supposed to be up there too.
That's okay. It doesn't matter.
The family believes it's the spirit of the girl that haunts the doll. Also, Ruby is a porcelain doll currently residing with the Traveling Museum of Paranormal and the Occult. There's a little bit more on her, which I forgot that I kind of reversed.
It don't matter.
So she's from the 1900s from southern Ontario in Canada. And the family of the little girl who died with the doll in her hands even contacted a psychic medium once to get rid of the spirit that seemed to have attached itself to the doll, but it seemed to have failed as the strange occurrences around the doll kept happening. Now, I have searched all over every single website, and I thought I saw two eyes in the doorway.
Yeah, keep on watching that. Let's take this down right now. So,
Okay. Yeah.
so yeah, because yeah, guys, please keep because we know we've said it over and over that behind us in that doorway over there, from that room, which is our kitchen, from that room, beside it, there's our bathroom, there's a hallway, and then there's a door that leads out to a porch that used to go to a beauty shop. The beauty shop now is an apartment for Gabriella and Dylan. But we will see shadows walking from either the bathroom or that hallway through the kitchen into here and back. And it would be like amazing if somebody says, "Hey, yeah, I saw something in there and here we are. You see we're doing it live and it's captured on video." I mean, that would be like,
Well, we'll definitely have to watch this back because Linda said she thought she saw eyes in the doorway to the other
yeah,
room.
but would it have showed, well, yeah, was it when she was looking for the picture of Ruby then?
No, I think it was like literally just now.
That would be interesting. I'll tell you what, because and Dylan's at work.
Yeah, Dylan doesn't
Tom's
get
up
home.
in bed. Eric's watching, he's on his computer in the other room.
Dylan doesn't get home until like 10:30.
Yeah, so okay, keep an eye there, guys. If you see something, say something. Where do we hear that before?
Might have been the lights. ... Debunk.
It could have been the lights because sometimes they flicker and they look like eyes, especially if you look right there in that area. It kind of looks like at times like eyes.
Looks
It
like
could have been the
wonky
lights.
eyes.
But I mean, still, well, see, some of them, those aren't flickering lights, by the way. So
I think that's just the quality of the video.
That's what it is. So the way that the quality of the video in that it makes them look like they're flickering, but they aren't flickering lights, and they're not eyeballs. So if we see eyes or a shadow, okay. So on with it.
Continuing, I have searched everywhere, like every single website that you could possibly think of Ruby, the haunted doll. And this was all I could come up with. She is a mystery. She has barely any.
But from what you researched, though, the family wants to believe, because of how much she loved the doll and that she died with the doll in her arms, they want to believe that her spirit is in that doll, but
Somehow,
they don't know.
Yeah.
They just don't know,
Yeah.
because it does move on its own, and reports are saying that it moves on its own and does all this weird stuff.
Well, the thing with Ruby is, also that is that Ruby? I think, yeah, that would be Ruby. I didn't write it down, but when I was doing research. What was I saying?
I don't know. I'm the one that's supposed to forget my memory.
Hold on.
The dogs don't like when we do that, by the way.
Really?
Wasn't it the spirit that liked that or something?
Yeah, it was when we had
the REM
REM
pod
pod
on. Yeah, it likes Jeopardy music. The spirit does. So,
anyways, Ruby. This is what I was gonna say. Ruby, now that she has been in that museum, people can still touch and hold her and everything. And instead of getting sick to their stomach and like nauseous and everything else, they have a more motherly instinct about them. Every time they hold the doll, they'll like rock it back and forth, try to burp it, bounce it on their leg, like, as you would as a baby. And apparently half of the people didn't even know that they were doing that until the guy who owns the moving museum told them, and they were in shock.
yeah, I found that interesting in itself. So if me or you went there and we were able to hold the doll, we'd probably go into almost like,
Well, I think
I'm not
you
going to say
would.
trance-like.
I'm not a mother, so I don't think.
Yeah, but every female has that motherly instinct in them, I
Yeah,
believe.
but I'm assuming that they meant like actual mothers.
Who knows?
I don't know.
But that would be
I mean, I'm good
interesting.
with children, so maybe.
That's what I'm saying, because of that motherly instinct. It would be interesting to see how we would react if we could debunk it or say,
That would
okay,
be
we're not
interesting.
feeling nothing. You people be crazy.
That would be
So,
interesting.
yeah, it would be. So, okay.
On to the next one. Well, any comments first on Ruby? I almost said the next one.
Ruby, we got that curtain I got to close because somebody could peek in and say, what you doing?
Hi.
Like that crackhead lady that come up on the porch that day.
That was scary.
Yeah, because she was staring in the window in that first. And then she tried the doorknob, and yeah, she was creepy. So,
Anybody have any questions? Any comments? Any concerns? Anything?
did you get any pictures of this one?
Hold on, guys. Nope, that's wrong.
It was there.
Yep, there she
Oh,
is.
creepy heck.
Yeah, you thought that Ruby was
Holy
scary.
moly. Yeah, wait till you see this doll, guys. Holy moly.
I think it should automatically. Yeah.
There she is. Look at that.
So this is Lily Hosts a Ghost doll. Lily's history predates even the most well-known haunted doll. Lily Hosts a Ghost doll, try saying that 10 times fast, is a haunting 13-inch figure with an interesting purpose. Lily's roots date back to the 17th century when practitioners of the occult used handmade figures to fend off resident spirits and vicious ghosts. The original Lily doll was a recreation of Elizabeth Bathory d'Este, the Hungarian blood countess responsible for killing more than 650 people and bathing in the blood of virgins. The doll captures her vile appearance and wards off other hauntings.
Wow.
Lily first arrived at, so this is from the person that I guess now has Lily? Because
No, Lily is a porcelain doll, and Ruby was a porcelain doll.
yeah.
Okay.
So Lily first, this is what the woman who now owns her said. These are all quotations. I'm not stealing anybody's words. This isn't copyright. Lily first arrived at her office doorstep.
Do you want to wait till
Yes.
the clock goes? We got my clock fixed.
Yay.
Yay, we'll do. It's pretty music. It's a pretty clock. We could cover up the sensor on it at night when we're doing the show, but it lasts for what, 2 minutes, I think.
Too much. Too much.
2 minutes too much?
Too much.
I thought you liked my clock.
I do when we're not recording.
People can bear with it.
Disruption.
Hey, we had an ambulance or fire truck going by the one night when we were doing it, and we heard crashes another night, so it ain't gonna hurt nothing. That's nice clock music. At least we get that little ambiance going. Correct?
Not spooky.
It's yeah. I wonder. No, you know what? It'd be very cool if there would have been some spooky music on that, but there isn't. There's a compilation. There's
It's like,
holiday music in that, but nothing.
Christmas and stuff.
So, okay, you can go.
Okay, continuing. Lily first arrived at our office doorstep in 2020 in a small wooden coffin with a note attached. It read nothing more than, "Please help."
That's creepy in itself.
Yeah, I'd be like,
Why?
bye.
And
Close the
looking
door.
at her like, yeah, she needs help.
Call
All right.
Sam and Dean, get all the salt and everything.
Where's the sage? Where's the rosaries?
Get everything.
Where's my St. Michael
Get a young
medal?
priest and an old priest. Bring everybody in.
I gotta take this off. I am sweating to death. Go ahead. You can continue while I'm stripping.
This spooky doll story may have begun with the 17th century blood countess, but her journey was long and filled with fear. Before she landed at our door, she had found herself in Jacksonville, Florida. According to the woman we contacted who pleaded to remain anonymous for fear of retribution from Lily, things got spooky almost as soon as she opened up that tiny coffin. Cabinets opened on their own, plates flew across the kitchen. She told us in tears how chairs would spin in the air upside down as a dark smile appeared in the mirror of the woman's kitchen.
Now, did they say, was there any reason why when they got her was there any correlation of that coffin with her?
I guess. I mean, she was in the coffin when she was on their doorstep and when the other lady opened her up.
Yeah, but I'm saying, why was the coffin? Like, why wasn't it in
I
just
don't
a
know.
box?
I'd put her in a coffin too.
She should have been buried deep, not in a coffin and arriving at
I'd
somebody's
put her in a
doorstep.
coffin, bury her, and burn her.
She is creepy. Wow. They could have used that girl right there for Annabelle.
They could have. She's actually way scarier than Annabelle.
Yeah. They could have used her
And
for
she's half the size of her. Anyways, she said she found Lily in a storage sale. A recently deceased Floridian had collected a large amount of creepy dolls and toys. Pretty much from that person. Lily, from what we have deciphered, is an original doll used by those occultists all those years ago. Lights flicker in her mere presence, and strange odors are known to follow her. definitely haunted.
That
Definitely demonic.
That one does sound demonic, not just an heirloom.
Yeah, that one's definitely something's up with her.
Yeah. And there's no more. I like arriving in a coffin. Like it boggles my mind. Like, why did they put her? Is that how they found her originally, in a coffin?
I mean, I'm guessing that's when she got it from the yard sale that Floridian had. She found it in a
I
coffin.
wonder if it's like a wooden coffin, or if it
Yeah,
was just like a
was
cardboard. It was a
wood.
wooden coffin.
Small wooden coffin.
Oh wow, that's like wow.
You think that one's crazy?
She
Wait till
she
you
be
hear
creepy.
the next one.
She'd be creepy. And you can also talk about that one that you found, but you can't find any information on it.
Which one? Oh, I have
Oh,
that one
you
on
have that
here
one?
too.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's again not that much information, but I wrote it down.
Enough that we can go, ooh.
There is another doll that I found, and I don't know the name of it, and I didn't really do much research on it, but that was a spicy word. When they had the picture on the internet of her, they said that some people, even looking at the picture through websites, can make them sick to their stomach.
Wow.
So I gotta find.
Yeah,
That's cool.
let's find her and let's stare at her and see if anything
That's
happens.
cool. I just kind of like. I did that, but it like clapped.
Okay.
That's cool. Anyways. Yeah, I don't know what her name is or anything.
Do you have
like
any
that.
picture of her?
Let's try to find.
On to the next.
Nope. That's yep. Well.
Ooh. Wow. Which one's her? A Kiku.
I think it would
Right
be.
there. It says.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, that's her.
Wow.
So there's Okiku.
Whoa. And she's all porcelain?
Yep.
So it's always a porcelain doll. And I have porcelain Indian dolls.
Why I'm scared of your porcelain dolls.
Abby asked me if you brought up the porcelain dolls the other night when I said, oh, yes, she did.
I said she looks. Yeah. So, Okiku's legend begins with a teenager purchasing the traditional Japanese doll for his 3-year-old sister, Kikuko. I think.
Kikuko.
Kikuko. It was a simple act of kindness between siblings, and there was nothing truly remarkable about the doll when Kikuko first received it. It was only after the young girl's sudden passing from a cold that the aura around the creepy doll shifted. Poor Kikuko.
Guys, you're going to have
Kikuko.
to. We are so sorry and mean no offense, no disrespect to anybody with any of these
I'm
names.
just so bad at names.
It's like I said the other night too. People can't pronounce our last name. They have a problem with that. So we do apologize.
I think it's Kikuko.
That's what I think. Kikuko.
It says poor Kikuko loved the doll and was often seen carrying it with her. The family held onto the doll as a way to remember their daughter, often praying to it to ensure Kikuko found peace in the afterlife. The longer the family held on to the doll, though, the more they realized the original Okepa. No,
Yeah, that's right. I think Okapa.
Okapa?
Yeah.
Okapa hairstyle had been growing longer. An impossibility for the inanimate object, they immediately believed that the sweet girl's soul was attached to the doll.
Now, in the research with her hair growing longer, was it growing similar to what the little girl that owned it, what her hair was like? Do you know?
I don't know. They kept the doll for themselves, feeling connected to Kikiko's spirit Years later, after deciding to move from Hokka- Hokkaido,
Another name.
Hokkaido, I think, island, the family
Excuse me.
entrusted Okiku to the Manji temple monks. I don't know
Hey.
what they say. I'm so sorry.
Excuse me. Names like that's hard to.
I feel like I'm offending every single Japanese person.
Yeah, but you're not. And like I said, we apologize to anybody for not knowing how to pronounce these names.
So the doll and Kikiko's spirit have remained in the temple ever since, drawing in curious travelers who come to see the impossible flowing locks. And then it also says, if you listen to some versions of the doll's legacy, you'll hear that the hair that continues to grow has been tested and scientifically proven to be real human hair.
Now, where did you say she was again? In a temple where?
It's
Temple of Monks in Manahi, I guess? Because I think the J is pronounced like an H. Manahi?
yeah.
At the Hokkaido Island. I'm probably botching the name, but okay. Wow. See, that's what throws me for a loop. Even human hair, unless it's attached to the flesh and the cells and follicles and everything, how in the hell is it grown in a doll's
That's why
head?
it was impossible. That's why they thought that
Yeah.
it was the little girl that was
That
doing it.
doll is demonic.
I don't think so. It has
I would stay away from her. Look at her.
Okay, she's very creepy. Agreed.
But it's amazing that the hair was growing. And I wish there was a picture of the little girl that, which that would be a privacy thing. They
Yeah, I
wouldn't
don't
want
think
that.
we'd want to
But
see
if
that.
her hair was growing to kind of resemble that of the little girl that actually owned her, that
I'm
would be
assuming
interesting.
that that's what happened.
Wow. Wow.
The next one. Let's see if I can find it real quick.
In some of those clips, she's actually pretty.
So this one is just called The Blindfolded Doll. In 2014, a strange discovery in Singapore found its way onto Reddit and the rest of the internet shortly after, which, if it did, I never found it. Till
I
now.
never heard of it until you told me.
Residents found a blindfolded doll leaning against a tree. The blindfold had Arabic writing on it saying Bismillah, which means in the name of Allah, or in English, in the name of God, the merciful and compassionate. I did.
Yeah, because you didn't know the other night.
I did not. Speculation immediately had it that the doll must be cursed and would jinx the person who removes its blindfold. It is also said that the doll's owner found it was moving around on its own when she wasn't home, and when left in a room by itself, the doll would talk in a Malay language and turn its head about. The owner was so freaked out that she blindfolded the doll and left it against the tree very far from her home so that way the doll wouldn't find its way back. Then, the doll went missing from where it was laying against the tree and is yet to be discovered again.
So, do you have that blindfolded doll, people?
I hope not.
Where's she at? Where did she go?
Leave her. Don't find her.
Well,
Keep her where she's at.
I wish they didn't have the blindfold on her so you could see what her face looks like. Is that in any of those little? It almost looks like that one over there.
I don't think anybody, no.
No.
Even touched. I don't think anybody touched it because they feared that they'd get cursed.
That is incredible.
I mean, that could be because it's got like the same dress on and everything as that. So this could be her, which makes it even more creepy. So I see why she kept the blindfold on that thing.
Wow. She almost looks like the baby version of a Shirelle.
That has to be it. Keep it possessed all on Singapore residents.
That's what I'm saying. Click on that link and see if there's yeah,
Source
the
from
owner
Twitter
then
revealed that the
blindfolded.
doll
Yep.
is possessed and has been moving around on its own. The original owner is at home. Yeah, that's what I just read.
Read full story. So,
Ooh.
yeah, she is creepy. Now, does this show up on our page?
We blind it for a reason. Stupid people unblind it. It looks unhappy. Good luck to whatever did it. The Twitter account of the person who originally posted the photo on Twitter is now disabled or deleted.
Wow.
On a busy street in Singapore, residents discovered a small doll.
The doll's backstory and the subsequent research hinted at the fact that the doll was possibly possessed. Well, if it's moving around on its own, it ain't,
In the words who posted in the words of the person who posted the pictures on Reddit, the doll was found beside a street with the Arabic word translate as Allah. That's not right though. Found the
That's the translation part of it, not the actual word.
Heard talking was left alone in a room, but found its head turned into a dish. Ooh.
And sounded like an adult female.
Spoke in a Malay language that sounded like an adult female. Doll follows the person who removes its blindfold. Original owner found that the only way to get rid of it was to make sure it wouldn't come back and cover its eyesight. The curse is rumored to have passed on to someone who found it and untied the cloth unknowingly.
This is interesting right here, edit.
Turns out the Arabic thing meant Bismillah, which is what I said. I think the trap, whatever jinn or curses inside of coming out through. Yeah, because it's basically a prayer. It's a prayer to Allah in Hinduism.
Okay. Let's get back to.
Well, what's this? The doll has been missing since on the very day the locals started trending a freaky suicide.
The doll has been missing since on the very day the locals started trending a freaky suicide. Guy hanging beside an apartment block, a murder case which is highly unusual in Singapore, but is most probably a coincidence and not related. It's irrelevant, but you don't see multiple creepy images start appearing on the same day in a small country like Singapore, so many assumed they were all linked though obviously it's not.
People looking at the doll wonder what to do with it. Reminds me of Chucky, that possessed doll from the horror movie, doesn't it? Interestingly, all those who have seen the photos are giving the person who posted the photo advice on how to get rid of the doll.
Huh.
Here's some of them. Nope, nope, nope. Burn the fucking doll. Same. Build wooden square frame. Fill half with cement. Let cement harden. Place doll middle. Fill the rest with cement.
Drop
Let
it in the
harden
ocean.
and remove frame. Boat out in the middle of the ocean and drop it.
I've got an alternative way to get rid of it. Here's what you do. You pour liquid nitrogen on it, run it over with a massive tractor. It's still not dead. You glue it with industrial glue into a steel box and bury that shit under a quarry.
Someone with a country accent definitely said that.
Okay, let's get back.
So, yeah.
So there you go. Those are some interesting dolls.
The only dolls I ever had was Barbie dolls, so.
I had.
Well, and my American Girl doll.
We grew up poor. I probably had more in my childhood than my other siblings because I was the baby of the family and we were a little better off by the time I was born, but we really still didn't have a lot of income. So I had a little African American doll. and I loved her to death. And I had just regular baby dolls. I did have a couple porcelain ones.
Of course.
Uh, hey, they
So
were
that's where
given
the
to me.
obsession
They
came
were given.
from.
No, I don't have an obsession with porcelain dolls. I have an obsession with Indian stuff.
Okay, well that's acceptable. I like Indian stuff too.
I do too, and that's where because you know yourself. I had a few dolls that weren't Indian, but I don't have them. The only reason why I had the other ones was they when I was doing toy ladies and at home interior. There was another one, um, homes, something homes. Ouch! I heard that. I they had porcelain dolls in there, and I got them. There was one. It was a bride doll, and one was a. She was a porcelain doll, and she was on a cloud. And but I gave them all away. The only ones I have now in the house are my Indian dolls. That's the only kind I want. I'm
Oh, good, because the other ones could be.
well, the one could have been because I did get her at a flea
That
market
one
with
that
the green dress.
that's the one that
Yeah,
I did not
I
like.
got her at a flea market,
That one
so
was creepy.
there could be
She
something
was
with
like,
it.
"Hey, girls, you want this?" No.
Yeah, they didn't want it. She was pretty.
She was pretty, but there was something about her.
It was
There
her
was some
eyes.
creepy aspect about
It
her
was
that
her
I was like,
eyes. It was like her
nah.
eyes. She had real bright blue eyes, and it did seem like they pierced your soul. Like like she did stare.
She was
Like
scary.
she
I
did
wish we
stare.
could find a picture of
But
her.
I didn't have Barbie dolls. I went down to my cousin's house because my cousin lived right across the street, and I practically lived down there. And she had all the Barbie dolls, and so
Well,
we
I
would.
remember that we grew up with Barbie dolls and little pet shops, and we had our American Girl dolls until Abby threw hers away, and I think I gave mine away.
We have other theories on that.
We're not getting into that.
We will not get into that.
Anyways,
Yeah. So I don't know. I didn't play with dolls a whole lot. Every now and then when I was growing up, I remembered having a doll period of time.
me and Abby
But
were weird though. We didn't really play with the dolls. We played with insects
that's what I
inside
did.
the
I was too
dollhouse.
busy outside catching ants or killing spiders.
I don't know if they know. Did I know about the insect
Yeah,
hotel?
yeah, but you can say it again. But yeah, we did.
So I don't remember mentioning, but when me and Abby were very, very, very young and were really stupid and just loved getting dirty and didn't care what we touched and everything like
That
that.
was when you guys was in school.
Yeah. We would at school we would race caterpillars. We would race caterpillars. And then we would take them home and we put them in our little dollhouse and we would have the caterpillars and ants and moths and butterflies, roly polies, all the things in that dollhouse just living together.
Let me rewind this a little bit. They would both come in the house.
Okay, I know where you're going with this.
They would both come in from school. They'd run right straight to the kitchen is where we had the dollhouse. We had a place right in the kitchen. There was a window there, and they I don't know why they didn't want their dollhouse up in the bedroom. They wanted it downstairs so they could play with it downstairs. We didn't have a really big living room because we were living in a half of a house, 2 bedroom, half of a house. They would come in, they would run into the kitchen real quick, and they'd go straight to the dollhouse. And I'd be hearing them laughing and giggling, and they're like, boy, they love that dollhouse, and they're just having a good old time. And every now and then I hear them go, oh no, and like
It was when we would go, oh
and so one day I got curious, and they're like, they're just like way too obsessed with that dollhouse. And I mean, when they first come in the door, they go straight to it, like, what in the heck is going on? Well, I started seeing like ants and that crawling out from the dollhouse, and they're like, "Oh shit! I hope they didn't put food in there and it's attracting bugs." And all this stuff.
That's
Hi,
just the
Abby.
least of her worries. Oh, hi, Abby.
So I'm there like, oh crap. I hope they didn't put food in there and it's attracting all these bugs and everything. So I open up the doors on the house and there's all these insects in there. There's ladybugs, there's caterpillars, there's grasshoppers, there's ants, there's roly polies. Like they're invading this Barbie doll house. And then finally they end up telling me what the story was and that I guess well she can continue what they were doing with these critters in this dollhouse.
We kind of we kind of made like a torture.
They were kidnappers. They were critter kidnappers.
What we did was we were trying to see if they would live in harmony, and then we would kind of play with them like little action figures. And then if one of them didn't seem like it got along with the other one, there was this little door at the bottom that we called the dungeon. We put it in there until it learned its lesson.
That's almost like Jeffrey Dahmer type stuff. My girls.
We grew up to love animals. You can't call
No, you guys.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
That's the one good thing I gotta say is if it was any other direction that it was going, like if I seen them abusing animals before, I would worry. But they they love any animal. Like, well, I used to kill spiders, and
But they're, I mean, they're animals, but
yeah,
they're creepy.
yeah. So they punish those.
Yeah, those bugs were bad behaved.
Yeah,
Those damn ants.
I almost lost my shit that day. They're telling me yeah, mom, well, see what happens. I said, what, why do you guys have all these bugs in it? Because I had to start questioning, okay, please explain to me what this is all about. Wow, see, we play with them in here and we want to see if they get together. So they each have their own little room, but then we'll take them out, we'll put them together to see if they get along. But if they kind of act up, we'll see down here where this door is. That's the dungeon. We put them down in the dungeon because they misbehaved. And they're telling me this, and I'm trying to listen and taking them serious because they were serious about it. And I'm there like losing my shit when they're telling me this. It's crazy.
The thing was, we didn't know that when an ant dies, it picks up its fellow ant and throws it off the edge. So we thought that the ants were getting in fights with the other ants and just throwing them off the edge because they wanted to. And so
well, the ants will actually have a funeral for there too.
That's what they were doing.
Yeah.
We didn't know. We thought they were ganging up on that one and hurting it. And so we're like, oh, no.
Yeah, Abby, I'll tell them about your toothpick rug. You did make them a rug. That's a whole other story. And Abby, it's another one that I was mad, but at the same time, she told me the reason that I'll cover it.
Well, tell them what we did with the magazines too.
What did you do with the magazines?
Got little magazine like cutout.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah. They got.
We were little geniuses.
I couldn't understand why our our tips were missing. Yeah,
not the tips.
Not the tips. I couldn't figure out why all our toothpicks were like they were going down real fast, and we really didn't use a whole lot. But when we needed them, like especially if we were doing a ham and we wanted to put pineapple chunks on the ham or whatever the case may be, we couldn't find any toothpicks. Then I discovered a little rug inside of the house, and Abby got the toothpicks and she made it into a rug for these bugs. And I'm there like, Abby, why are you taking these toothpicks? And then that's when she showed me the rug. And
the bug rug.
The bug rug. I wanted to be mad at her, but I'm looking at this rug and it's kind of like a little toothpick miniature. It looked like a bamboo rug. I'm there.
Yeah, she kind of like wove it.
Yeah,
together.
I'm there like, that's pretty creative. I've got to give you credit for that. And then I started freaking laughing. I'm there like, these girls, they could have you so pissed off, but they would find some way to do something or show you something or say something that you start howling, or you have to turn like your head and bite your cheek because you want to still be mad at them, but you couldn't stay mad at them because they did this. Like, that was ingenious. And they would take magazines and they would cut pictures and that out of the magazine and use them like for either pictures on the wall or clothing or whatever. Like,
What we would do with the magazines usually was we would get the little ads that had like food on them, and then we make our own little boxes, and then we tape it on it, and then we put it up in like a little cabinet, and oh, this is your cereal.
yeah, they got creative. I mean, they both have very creative minds. So, like, you couldn't stay. I just can't get that vision though out of that freaking dollhouse and opening up, and there's like every bug you can think of crawling in. They even had an earthworm in there.
That was me.
Yeah,
I wanted to see how the earthworms reacted because Abby didn't like touching earthworms.
not too many people. I did because when my family went fishing, I went out and helped them cut the night crawlers. But
Ooh.
yeah, they were slimy, and they were like some of them were like that freaking
I
long.
couldn't find
Yeah,
the big ones. I can
yeah,
only find
yeah,
like that
no.
big ones.
You have to
like,
go at night, right after a rainfall.
where did you go wrong, Ty? Hey.
That's a question I probably ask myself 1,000 times a day.
Rude! You loved our little insect hotel.
It was amazing. They definitely kept us entertained. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, Abby would only touch like the caterpillars, but everything else I would be.
I have to put this up on screen because that's freaking funny. Abby, Gabriella was the collector. I was the one who prepared their sanctuary. Oh,
And their
yeah.
demise all at once.
Oh my God. I kind of dread at times to think of what those poor insects went through, especially when, like, if you get a grasshopper and an ant together, or
Well,
you guys didn't get any spiders though, right?
No,
Because yeah,
we never touched
yeah.
spiders or centipedes or anything with more than 4 legs.
Did you?
More
Oh
than
no,
6
because you
legs.
guys didn't know about the milkweed bugs at that time.
Yeah, no. We didn't know about those until we were like
I
12.
love milkweed bugs. I don't know if anybody on here like or might
What bug
watch.
did we have in the dungeon? Actually, I think I caught a praying mantis and put a praying mantis down there once. I know that a few of the moths were going after the ants.
Oh, that's why I forgot about the moths.
A few of the moths were going after the ants, so we threw the moths down.
Yeah, Linda, there was a on the bottom part of the dollhouse. It wasn't really. It was just like the way they had it made, and it kind of left like an opening there, but the doors.
Like I think it was more of a garage. I think you're supposed to get a little tiny like Barbie doll car and use it as a garage, but we did not because there was an attic, there was a kitchen, there was a living room, there was a dining room, and then there was these like bottom rooms, and in the middle there was the dungeon.
Yeah, and I like I said, I forgot about the moths.
I think what brought it on though was I believe that we just watched A Bug's Life and we were like, I want to see if we can actually get them to get along, the ants and the grasshoppers. In our little like 4-year-old brains.
You guys, you had been maybe
Yeah, we were older. We were
7
like
to
7,
9.
8.
I'm gonna say because I think you were probably either in kindergarten or first grade, and Abby would have only been she was what, a grade or 2 grades higher than you.
Yeah, because I remember having a grasshopper.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys had everything in there. They had crickets in there, grasshoppers. I forgot about the moths. I'm sure you guys had a butterfly in there.
Yeah, we had butterflies, crickets, moths.
And I would have never known if I didn't start seeing these ants.
Grasshoppers.
Coming out from underneath, and they're like, oh no. Then maybe they're laughing because they're hiding their food in there or something. And I open it up, and all these critters are coming walking out, and they're like, holy shit. There's some of them were dead already, and like, oh my gosh. Hi, Michael. How are you doing? You missed some good stuff here, Michael. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. Does anybody have any questions on any of those dolls? Because as usual, we really, yeah, it was a prison for bugs. More or less it was, Linda. Like,
No, it wasn't. It was a sanctuary until they got into trouble and they started fighting with each other, so we had to throw them in the dungeon. Let's
oh, good Lord.
be squared. Let's not talk about ants' first warmish day in the cat food outside. I'm trying to invade my kitchen. Oh
I hate
no.
ants when we were in our old house because it
The
was
little
warmer
ones.
weather all the time. There was those little irritating ones. They were constantly all over my kitchen counter and in my sink. Had to go every day, had to get rid of those. Up here so far, this is our second year here. Will be number 2 in June will be number 2 in June. What?
Be squared bug
Bugs, yeah,
sanctuary?
yeah, yeah. And we've only had just a couple string ants on occasion in here, not much.
What did I
You missed a lot, B squared, and so did you, Michael. Like,
We're all done with the dolls.
yeah,
So
we were supposed to be talking about dolls, which we did. I mean, there's some very, very good haunted dolls or demonic dolls, whatever term you want with them, that Gabriella covered. And then we got into how when she was a kid, her and Abby decided to use their Barbie dollhouse as a bug sanctuary. And you guys got away with that for pretty long before I discovered that. Before I like, okay, why are they laughing and going straight to there constantly? Until I saw the ants crawling out from underneath it.
that's because we were kind of being
You guys
okay
were
about it. We
sneaky.
were okay about it at first. We'd go like get our snacks and everything, and then we'd eat it, and then we'd go to the dollhouse.
No, you guys would come straight in and go
Not all
straight
the
to the.
time, though.
Um,
Sometimes we tried to be sneaky about it because we didn't know how you would react.
They're saying my order's gonna be delayed again. That freaking thing better be here tomorrow. Says, all right, guys. I had 2 bags of dog food that I ordered that was supposed to be here today, and now they said it won't be here probably until tomorrow. So, um, yeah, you can catch this on the rewatch B squared. Gabriella was again doing her research on creepy dolls. Now, I don't know if it's going to be the next one or sometime in the future. We will be doing the Robert doll
Yeah, that one will probably be in the future.
because
There's
there
going to be a
is a
lot of
lot on Robert.
information on him.
Um, but it was all about, and as the title, demon dolls are heirloom treasures.
I
Some
mean,
of
I'm also sorry. I'm also gonna try to find like more dolls that people don't know about or are very not well
unaware.
known. So keep that in mind. Creepy dolls.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, they were creepy. That some of the story. That blindfold doll.
That
Like,
one
I
was
wanna know what
scary.
her story is, and where is she now? Like, how did she just
I guess she
disappear?
cursed somebody. I guess somebody took off her blindfold.
Hopefully, it's not a little kid say, "Hey, look how cute this doll is," and
I
then
don't even
they
think a kid. I think a kid would be smart enough to be like, "Oh, that
kids
doll."
aren't smart.
Some are.
Not all. Kids are curious. Curiosity gets kids a lot.
Creepy dolls count me in. I'd like to poke one with a stick to see what
Okay, we're gonna take you to the Warren Museum, and you can take a stick there, and we'll let you poke Annabelle. Who's
Chickle chickle.
Who's in for watching the new Stephen King movie? I guess it's supposed to either come out today or it's coming out tomorrow. The Monkey, because those those monkeys are always have been really really creepy. And maybe we can do like maybe curse animals or stuffed animals. Because that monkey,
Oh, speaking of, there's. I mean, it's not a stuffed animal or by any chance.
I want to see it. We may go to. Well, I doubt that we will.
This
We
was the dollhouse.
That is it. I'll say this is the part that I thought you guys were talking about because
Yeah, it
there's like a
is.
little lip underneath there.
That's the door. That's the door. That whole thing closes.
Um,
So hold on, guys. This is the dollhouse that we
Yep, that's it. That's definitely it.
There's the attic, then the bedroom, kitchen, the living room, the bathroom, the little laundry room. The middle one on the bottom is what we used as the dungeon. And then there's like a little basement or something.
We were talking about maybe going to see the monkey tomorrow because Tom and I are going out for a whole day for date day. Well overdue, and we are talking about possibly seeing the monkey. I don't know, but if any of you on here or anybody that watches this on a rewatch, if you see the monkey, let me know how it is in case we don't see it tomorrow.
So I think our next topic should be Japanese folklore because Abby actually recommended this. Shout out to Abby.
Shout out to Abby. What does it say on there?
Well, no, she
Oh,
didn't
okay.
recommend. Okay. Anyways, it's called.
Well, now we know what our next one is going to be. What's coming in tomorrow?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you want to tell them?
You want to tell them?
You can tell them. One of the packages that's coming in tomorrow is.
Wait, look.
It's going to be snacks from around the world. I think the one that's coming in tomorrow is there's going to be from Japan, China, Korea, Taiwan, and am I missing one? Korea, China, Japan, Taiwan, and Korea. Did I say that?
You said Korea.
Okay. Well, anyhow, it's going to be that. So we're going to be probably won't be unless depending on what time Tom and I get back tomorrow. It probably won't be until Sunday night or Monday night, and it'll be me, Gabriella, and Miss Abby's coming and joining us for that snack. Woo woo! Yeah, Dylan was supposed to be here, but he said that he would love to do it with us, but he would only do it if he can't be on camera. People,
you gotta get him.
Call
you gotta
out
tell
Dylan.
him, hey,
call him out.
It's only for a little bit. You're just trying snacks. We're
Call
being
him
all
out.
goofy. You don't need to worry about what you look like.
And we have coming up in the future too. I did enroll in the Universal Yums Snack Club. So that means every month we will be getting a box of the Universal Yums from around the world. Our first one there, and it should be in sometime after March 15th. That one should be in, and it will be no. The first one should be in before March. I mean before the 15th of March, and there'll be snacks from Greece, I believe. So that ought to be exciting. I think Eric will probably be joining us with that one. Maybe it'll be guys. Maybe it'll be me, Gabriella, Eric, and Dylan if we can get Dylan to not be a.
No, he just never liked being on camera. B squared.
I don't either, but still,
like even when he does the tours at the jail, he has people not have him on camera. He just doesn't like to be on camera. I don't know why. He just doesn't like it.
So, let's see what else. Okay, why is Dylan hiding? Did we make him feel self-conscious? You just answered that. Chase could join you. Yes. Chase is definitely welcome. The only reason why I didn't mention Chase is because Chase is usually, we don't know what days and stuff we're doing this, and if he happens to have that, you guys have your date night every week, and then if he's doing a fire call or something like that, but he's more than welcome to join us for one of these snack events. The more the merrier. I mean, we could have had the guys on here when we were doing the Bean Boozled.
That was bad.
That was horrible. And Eric ate every freaking one of those, no matter how bad they were.
Still don't know how.
I don't know how he did it either. So, but does anybody have any questions? We're at our 1 hour mark. We don't want to go. And not only that, StreamYard kind of like told me, "Hey, you're hitting your limit for your 3 hours."
Yeah, we might have to find a new streaming app
But
soon.
but it all changes on the 27th, so a new month starts again. So we're still good. I think we're still within like a good 5 hours or something like that. So we still
Okay.
I think we're still safe. Um, but they did say too, if we do stream, um, either live or pre-recorded, if we happen to go over that, they will not cut the video or anything. So it's just they'll probably give a warning, hey, you exceeded your 3 hours, so you either get a subscription or you can't do this no
Oh yeah,
more.
hit the road,
You
Jack.
can't do this no more. But if there's nothing, if does anybody have any questions or suggestions for Gabriella, we'll hit that. What is it again?
Kitsune. Kitsuna. Kitsune.
And that's all with lore.
Yeah, it's a Japanese folklore.
Folklore, okay. Because I do like getting into a lot of the lore and urban legends and different things like that. Because there's a lot of, especially right around here in Pennsylvania, there's a place that's not too far from us, and there's a hill, and on top of the hill, they call it the Buckhorn Hill, and on top of the hill there is like a little, I guess, diner, restaurant, or something. And their legend was supposed to be that this vehicle got in an accident on the, I think, guess it was on their wedding night or something like that. A couple got in an accident, and the lady got killed, and she is supposed to appear. Either you'll see her walking up alongside of the road, or she'll appear in the back seat of your car saying, "Where's my husband at? I'm trying to find my husband." And there's, I guess, depends on who's telling the story and the legend is how she comes out. But they said normally right around, they said it was around Halloween time, I guess, um, is when she really appears the most. But a lot of people say that they've spotted her. And if you look in your rear view mirror, a lot of times you'll see a woman dressed in a white wedding gown asking, "Hey, are you taking me to my husband? Where's my husband at?" And she doesn't realize that she's dead. So I don't know. We will see. So I'm going to try to find a good quote. Okay, let me see.
I touched one thing, Linda.
Okay.
I was getting rid of the comment that was on the screen for way too long.
Gabriella's always touching buttons. She's always doing crazy stuff. Didn't you have any strange theories today? No, not. You have any strange theories going on with any of these things?
Nope.
I'm still curious about that one with the hair growing.
That one is weird.
That one and the blindfold doll. Where is she? I want to see her. I want to find her. I'll bring her here to this house, and we'll
No,
take
you
off that
won't.
blindfold,
No, you won't.
and we'll look right into those wicked
I will
eyes.
burn that thing to the ground.
I'll try to see. I don't know.
You're insane.
That's like Annabelle.
Annabelle.
Annabelle. I think I'd pick her up. And I don't believe. I'm sorry. Everybody talks about Robert. I don't believe Robert. But be my luck, I'll pick him up and talk to him, and I'd probably end up being dead the next day or something. I don't know. But with that being said, we'll end this podcast. If anybody has any questions before we do our final 3 hours for Wi-Fi or for StreamYard, B Squared asked. It's for StreamYard. They sent me this notification. Wasn't yesterday. It was the day before. It was right after Abby and I did our poetry hour, and they said, "You are almost at your limit. You get 20 free hours to do your pre-recorded or your live streams." And that's without having an account with them. Like, that's just their free. And they said at that time, I was at 13 and a half, I think. So I'm still safe because it doesn't switch over, they said, until the 27th. that they told me to watch. But they also did say in it that if I say we're in the middle of a live or in the middle of a pre-recorded, they won't cut it off. They'll just warn us, hey, you went over your 20 hours, don't do it again. So, but
King Pee Wee is sleeping.
he needs to sleep. He's been a brat. He's been a really brat. He's been teasing those dogs. He hasn't been listening. He gets and he'll crawl on me to go to sleep, which I love. I don't mind. He can curl up because he's cuddly on me anytime he wants. But if I get like a cramp in my leg or I need to move or if I need to go up to go to the bathroom, that little bit me twice the other day and he hissed on me and put his claws in me. And I'm there, well, Pee Wee, I have to move. So he's been kind of a little.
He just doesn't like to be moved. He is like any cat, and he's like, you move me, you're gonna regret it. And
B squared, StreamYard only has the time limits, I believe, on their free part of it.
yeah,
I'm kind of, I want to subscribe to them and get one of their plans, like the premium, like Abby's saying and that. But everybody said that they raised their prices and it can get real expensive. So we've been kind of trying to avoiding that. However, we will have to check it out if we, depending, because we have been trying to pick up um, more shows on here, more podcasts, and plus with us getting back into investigating again, we're probably going to need it. I don't know, but we'll figure it all out. So far we've been safe. We've been not going over the 20 hours, and if they told me 13 and a half hours like the day before yesterday, we're definitely going to be safe until the 27th, even with the snack thing and this show and anything else. So, but anybody else have any questions? Got my dad his first cell phone. It's been fun trying to explain Wi-Fi versus mobile data. I get confused on that too, which kind of I understand it.
she doesn't give herself enough credit.
Well, Wi-Fi I know is through internet, through your internet provider. Mobile is through the data through the phone service itself. Correct?
Hmm.
How dare you move? Well,
You
Pee Wee,
don't move the king.
Pee Wee's got attitude. He's got Eric. He drives Eric so completely bonkers that I think I'm surprised Eric's not bald because he tortures the living bejesus out of Eric. Like he would not.
I didn't know StreamYard had a free version. I recall someone saying the price went up significantly.
Well, yeah, we only use the free version.
Yeah, we haven't subscribed to it. We might in the future, but right now,
Yeah, I don't. And two, keep an eye out. Like I said, we're going to be doing the snack thing. Gabrielle will be working on her next one there. Because I'm going to kind of let her take over more on Real Talk. On my next one, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I might just end up picking a local location here, maybe even the Johnston House. Maybe I don't know, but one of the local locations, do some research on it and do my next show on that. I'm not sure, but I'll figure it out. That my next one will probably be by Tuesday, I'm going to say at the latest. But I have to do some research and then plus then I got to come up with a couple ghostly poems for me and Abby for when we do our next poetry hour. So, but with that being said, and I don't see any more questions, anybody ever has any suggestions, we said it 1,000 times before, put it in the comments, put it on our Facebook page, let us know. We'll do our best to bring up a subject that you like. With that, I'm going to end, and one of my favorite movies I do like, Pet Cemetery, because I'm a big Stephen King fan anyhow, and I think the original Pet Cemetery was really good. The one line in there that Judd says to Mr. Creed, he goes, sometimes dead is better. So with that being said, we're going to call this a night. And as always, stay tuned and
peace out.
Bye.
We'll see you guys later.